Good morning. Isn't it a beautiful morning? I thought, let me tell this story outside. Great morning. Well, this is what the Lord gave me this morning. When I was a kid, my grandmother lived with us, my mother's mother. And when she would get up in the morning, her bedroom door was always kind of like half open. When she would get up in the morning, she wouldn't get up. She would roll out of bed right onto her knees. And as a kid, that was normal to see that. I never did that. But that's what my grandmother did. And so I grew up and forgot about it, And when I would get up in the morning, I'd get my coffee, turn on the TV, Before I left the house, I would pray. Well, my grandma knew what she was doing. A couple years back, I had the flu really bad. Really bad, like I couldn't get out of bed. Like I had to take care of to let the dogs out was like a major issue. So I let the dogs out the front door so that I could let them out real quick and let them back in, because the back has got these stairs and they don't come, like I don't want to climb the stairs thing. So I let them out the front door. I'm standing there and I'm so sick and I'm just waiting for them. And a guy walks by on the road. Now my house is about 200 feet, maybe 250 from the road. And his daughter's on her bike. And Maggie takes off. Now they run to the lot line and bark and then run back. But it's scary. It was wrong. My dog should have been fenced in or on a leash or something. So Maggie runs barking, it scares the little girl, runs to the lot line, barks, and then runs back. And he yells at me, and I go, I'm sorry. And I let the dogs back in, and I crawl back in bed, and I'm shivering. About 5 minutes later, somebody is banging on my door like they have a sledgehammer. Bang, bang, bang. And I'm hearing like a diesel truck, like in my driveway. And I hear him screaming at me and banging and banging and banging on the door. And then, so then I don't hear it anymore. Now he's like banging on windows and screaming and yelling. And now I'm like huddled in a corner and just saying, Lord, protect me from this crazy man. So I'm that scared. I should have called the police, but I was frightened. I was so frightened. So it stops. All of a sudden, I hear his diesel in my neighbor's driveway, which is my mother-in-law. And then I hear him pull away. And my mother-in-law calls me and says, some nut came in my driveway. She said, I think she opened the window. I don't think she opened the door. Smart woman. And said, what's wrong? And he said, your crazy neighbor, let her dog out. And then when I yelled at her, she flipped me off and told, threw an F-bomb. He made up all kinds of stuff. And my mother-in-law goes, the woman that lives right next door here, he didn't know she was my mother-in-law. And he said, yeah, well, I guess from what it looked like a witch hunt at this point. From what he could tell, it wasn't working. He wasn't getting her to believe it. So, thank God he moved away like soon after that. Power of prayer, because I didn't know what to do. The guy lived on the corner. But this is what it did do. It made me realize that don't wait till you leave the house to ask for the Lord's protection. Because things can happen when you're still in bed before you get up or right after you get up. So I guess and I'm telling myself this because it's not like I do it all the time, but let's roll out of bed onto our knees. That's the best way to start the day, isn't it? So, have a good day. God bless, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.